Good afternoon, Gen X. Did you grow up in a magical time when if something stopped working, you just changed the batteries? Well, if you did, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Latchkey Legends. My name's Chris. A couple shows in now, I moved the studio audience behind me so you all can see them clearly. You can see them clapping and yelling and screaming. I thought that would be a fun thing to do. Got some props back there. We got some toys. But topic of the discussion today, I'm pretty mad. Not real happy about 2026. Happens to be May 2026. Not a good place to be. Let's go back to May 1986. So, got a quick thing to show you, and that's going to lead into what I'm so mad about. We're going to have a little 1980s style Gen X rant here. Bought this really cool Frisbee last night to put in the 1980s Fort on Wheels, which we are currently located in. I'm going to be going on a camping trip into Fort here soon, and I thought it would be fun to have a Frisbee. Check this out. Lights up, does all these different things. Pretty cool, right? Well, let me tell you about how cool this thing really is. Can't just have a regular Frisbee. I thought this was going to be fun, but all it did was make me mad. So with that came this. You want to talk about it? So you can't just change the battery if it dies. So there's that USB cord, and we have ABC and CBS and UFC and all these different cords. It's like at 11:30 at night when something stops working. Now what are we going to do? Now we got to find one of these things, and here's another cord. This goes to my alarm system or my doorbell battery. So at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, something stops working. Now we got to go through all this stuff. This one here is for my flashlight. Oh, okay. Got another one of these things. This, I have no idea what that does. We got more of these little dooflickies and whatnots. Don't know if there's a difference in any of them. Don't care. Here's for another flashlight. This is for something I have no idea what these are for. This is for my phone. This is another one for the phone. And then somewhere there's one for the tablet, and there's probably one for my toaster somewhere. I forgot to bring it out. Anyway, who decided this was a good idea? Do you remember when your remote control went dead, your boom box, remember the big CD batteries and all that? All you did was change the battery. It wasn't a big deal. Now you gotta, it's like, this is like some kind of a marathon. It's like an Olympic show trying to figure out what charges what, and then you got the ones that you don't know what does what to. Makes my eyes want to bleed. Blood shooting out of my ears over this. Can we just leave stuff alone? This is why nobody from the 80s and Gen X want to be here. Stuff is all unnecessary. It's like it's like a scavenger hunt designed by Satan, trying to find which cord goes to what. So all that to say, look, we survived smoking in restaurants. Remember going to Burger King and McDonald's with the little aluminum ashtray? Somebody sitting over there smoking right next to you. We survived that, drinking out of hoses, riding around in the back of pickup trucks, our parents disappearing for 9 hours at a time, going to work, leaving us unattended, getting in all kinds of trouble. We went through a little bit of that in the last video. You want to go back and check that one out. It's back there. You got to just go look for it. So how did we get to this? And I'm going to solve the problem, Gen X style. I'm really mad today. It's not this stuff, and you wonder why we don't want to be here. Remember these little fellas? Remember these? And then there was that little weird square one that if you touched it on the tip of your tongue, it gave you a little zap. That was fun. They were good days. But these little fellas here had it all figured out. We had a AAA, we had a AA, we had CD, which also brings the question, why wasn't there a B battery? But there wasn't. So we dealt with it. We pulled our panties up and we just moved on with our lives. So all that to say, can somebody please explain to me what the point of all this stuff is? You got all these wires and stuff, and all we needed was these. Remember, you we were in a time and a place where it was simple. It was a simpler time. Now everything is like a Olympic sport trying to figure this stuff out. Thank God for the young people that do understand all this stuff, or we probably would have to go live in some kind of caveman world, because we definitely don't fit into all this stuff. God forbid one of these things don't work, or this cord don't fit this thing, and then you got this one. I don't know if this cord fits that one. Who knows what? Then you got to find an outlet. We didn't need any of that stuff with these. We didn't need outlets. We didn't need any of this stuff. So if you have a problem with this, will you please talk to me? Because I can't possibly be the only guy that's irritated over all this stuff. And don't even get me started on the parking machines now that you need an app and a password and all this stuff. We had quarters. You put them in the little slot. Everything was cool. You walked around with 3 or 4 pounds of quarters in your pocket. Or back in the day, we had ashtrays in the car. You had a bunch of quarters and nickels and dimes in there. We'll get into that in another video. But can somebody please make this make sense to me before my eyes shoot out of my head? I'll catch you guys on the next video. I got to go in and get the blood pressure down a little bit. This 2026, you can have it. See you in the next video.